light I command thee. Into the light I command thee. Go to hell.
Greetings, sir, of this may concern. Christian Aguilar here, back with another movie review. And in today's movie review, I am going to be reviewing the movie Constantine, directed by Francis Lawrence. Now, I am on day 5. Yes, this is day 5. Hopefully I get this up by midnight. Fingers crossed. But this is day 5 coming to you on, hopefully, day 5 before midnight. I'm trying to cram 2 videos into one day because I was behind. Enough explaining, let's get into the movie review. This film stars Keanu Reeves, Rachel Weisz, Shia LaBeouf, and Tilda Swinton. And this film is about the supernatural protector known as John Constantine, as he is tasked to help out Rachel Weisz's character, Angela, with the mysterious suicide done by her twin sister, Isabel. What's interesting is that this film takes 2 different plots and merge them together. We first follow Rachel Weisz as she deals with the mysterious suicide of her mentally ill sister. She was a part of a mental institution where the security cameras found her jumping off the roof and into the swimming pool below. So as a LAPD detective, she is on the case to figure out what exactly happened. Meanwhile, we also follow John Constantine as he realizes that he is slowly dying from lung cancer due to his habit of smoking 30 cigarettes a day, which is described by Tilda Swinton's Gabriel. Yes, Tilda Swinton does play the Archangel Gabriel in this movie very, very awesomely, I might add. She's mysterious at times. She could be vicious, and I think she portrays this Archangel character very, very well. It's a very interesting take on the character. Along with John Constantine, Keanu Reeves, I think this is the movie that I'm okay with not being a comic accurate portrayal of a comic book character. I will be honest, I grew up with this film. I remember my mother playing the game on the PlayStation 2 way back when they still had video game tie-ins for movies. My mom bought the game for the PlayStation 2 and she ended up playing it, and I just sat down next to her and just watched her go through the entire game because we loved the movie so much. Me, my dad, and my mom, we just sat there and were in awe by the movie. We just thought it was simply badass. And these are from people that haven't read the Hellblazer comic. Like, when I was younger, I didn't read the Hellblazer comic. I was still into Batman and Spider-Man, you know? So when it came to Constantine, little did I know that it was a comic book. And when I researched the comic book when I was younger, I was surprised to see that Constantine was actually blonde and British, because I believe that Keanu Reeves played him very, very, very masterfully, even though it's not a comic accurate portrayal. Without giving too much away for the film's plot, I like how they took both Constantine's narrative and Rachel Weisz's character's narrative and brought them together in the end to tell one story about how the son of Lucifer is going to come up to Earth and potentially take over Earth and make that the new hell. So right off the bat, I admire that they took that storyline from the comics, the death of John Constantine, where he is diagnosed with cancer. I mean, this dude fights so many demons, so many mythical creatures in the comic book and in the movie, that the one thing that's going to get this dude is lung cancer. Something so effective to humans, but yet this dude has tussled with Lucifer, has tussled with several demons and deities and entities, that it's just hilarious and very, very clever of a plot for this character in comic and in movie, to have the one thing that kills him be one part of his habits, you know? Because I mean, if you're traveling through heaven and hell and you are at odds with both God and Satan, I'm pretty sure you're going to be smoking 30 packs a day. I absolutely adore this movie, 100%. And I remember when I was watching this when I was younger, there were parts that kind of freaked me out. I remember the beginning exorcism scene. Like, the movie opens up with John Constantine performing an exorcism. And my lord, that scared me as a kid, to the point where I think I closed my eyes for that first scene. But then as I got more interested in the film, I wanted to go back and rewatch it. So I went back, rewatched it, and it was so awesome to see, him like not technically do a traditional exorcism. It's like this type of demon isn't phased by Christianity or by Catholicism. This is a totally different demon. I love how John Constantine whips out the keychains of different holy symbols, and when he finds the right one that affects that demon, he goes and, you know, continues forward because he knows what type of demon this is. And so when he ends up like getting the mirror to like trap the demon in the reflection, it was just so cool to see that as a kid. And then on top of that, to see that recreated in the video game was also pretty damn cool, you know, because I just love, you know, it's just like a part of nostalgia. I mean, a lot of people probably can resonate with me right here that when movies came out, they always came with a movie video game tie-in. So, you know, despite it being good or bad, it helped promote the movie. You know, it helped people get excited for the movie. And if you watch the movie and you want more of the movie, you could go to the video game. And that's exactly what me and my parents did when it not only came to Constantine, but when it came to like Lord of the Rings, and when it comes to like any other old 2000s movie that came out with a video game tie-in. We always used to play those as a family, so it was pretty cool to have a Constantine video game along with the movie as we enjoyed. I cannot praise this film enough. I mean, already, like, when the movie begins, there's so much rich history in this world. There's so much mythology. Constantine is like at the height of his career right here. It's like he knows a handful of supporting characters already. They have so much past together. It's not like he's really meeting anyone new besides Rachel Weisz's character. Every single performance in here is like not bad. I mean, there's not like one performance that you could be like, oh, he's probably the weakest and stuff like that. Even Shia LaBeouf is like hilarious at times in this movie, like because he really wants to be like John Constantine. He's like his apprentice sort of, and he like looks up to him so much, and so he just wants to be like him. And he thinks this whole thing is kind of like a game a little bit. Like he wants to have fun with it a little bit, like fighting demons and fighting the darkness, kind of what Constantine does. He wants to do what Constantine does, and he thinks it's fun. He thinks it's like a superhero type life that he could live, but little does he know it's actually a really dark life to lead, and it's so troublesome that even Constantine calls his life a curse rather than a gift. That is what Gabriel argues with him. It's like, what you have is a gift to be able to see God and to be able to see Satan and travel through heaven and hell and earth. You know, you have what a lot of humans would yearn for, you know. And it's pretty interesting to see this one movie tackle so much rich history and tackle so much mythology in a 2-hour film. It's really cool because you really feel like this world is built. You really feel like this world is lived in. And that's what you want in a movie. You want to get lost in that world, in that reality. And this movie just had me lost ever since I was 4 years old watching this film, man. And today it still holds up. Of course, this is my personal preference, but I just absolutely adore this film. The action sequences are so damn cool. Like, there's like literally, I have like a number of favorite scenes. Like the first exorcism opening scene is so damn cool. The gas station bug fight is so damn cool. Then him having Rachel Weisz's character go to hell in the bathtub is also so damn cool. The end scene with him with Shia LaBeouf's character putting the holy cross in the tub of water for the sprinkler system to turn on and to like drench this whole entire room of demons. Oh my god! And then Keanu Reeves' Constantine comes out with the holy shotgun and just starts blasting all of them as the water's coming down and raining on all of them. There's just too many badass scenes in this movie that it's so damn cool to rewatch even today. And there's also like some cool ass one-liners in this movie too. There's hilarious lines, and I just get a kick out of it every single time. There is a scary tone to this movie. Like throughout, despite the humor and despite the badass action sequences, there's still an overall tone of darkness in this movie, and that is something to admire because, yeah, that is Constantine's world. He is full of darkness despite everything else. It's just always negative, and it's always a fight, and it's always a battle. Hence why this dude is so kind of like an asshole, and he's so like bitter around everyone else, you know, because of the life that he leads. It's really cool to see this movie tackle a lesser known character, and do such justice to it without it being a comic accurate portrayal. And I think this is one of, if not the best, Francis Lawrence film out there. I mean, he did the sequels to Hunger Games. He did Water for Elephants with Robert Pattinson, and I think Reese Witherspoon was in that too. And then he also did Red Sparrow with Jennifer Lawrence. I guess he really loves working with Jennifer Lawrence. And I've seen all those other films, and yeah, they're decent, they're good, and they're all right. But Constantine is so damn special to me. It's so damn good. I grew up with this movie, man. This was really, really, really cool, and I think this fits the Halloween season because of it's dabbling in the occult, and it's dealing with demons and Satan, and the fact that his son wants to make Earth the new hell so he can reign over it. It's pretty cool. And again, the film has an overall dark tone to it, despite its badass action sequences and its hilarious one-liners. It knows how to mix itself properly, and it's just awesome. If I have to give it a flaw, is some of the special effects don't really hold up today. I mean, this movie came out, what, 16 years ago now? 2004, 2020? 16 years ago. So, of course, some of the effects aren't going to hold up as well. I mean, some things do look obviously animated. But, I mean, 16 years ago, you can't knock them, man. It was, technology has evolved over time. But that's the only flaw I have to give this movie, is that some of the special effects aren't really up to par. But, hey, man, you could look over that because it's not like it's overly bad. I'm not talking about, like, obvious green screen in the background. You can see the outline of the character. No, it's nothing that terrible. These effects won't take you out of the film, and that's the beauty of it. So, with that being said, it looks like I can't find my rating system here. But good thing my noggin can hold up. So, what I'm going to give Constantine, 2004's Constantine, what I'm going to give it out of 10, let's bring it up right there. Out of 10, I gotta give it a 9. I'm giving it a 9. It's a high rating, I know. IMDb gave it a 7, I know. But listen, these are personal movie reviews. These are reviews that come from me personally. Like readers of the comic book, like fans of Hellblazer, will look at this movie and probably see, and think it's okay. They'll be like, it's not a bad betrayal. Well, some people might think it's a bad betrayal, but some people might be like, it's an alright betrayal. It's like, it's alright. But personally, I just love the fact that they really took this character and made it their own. And Keanu Reeves just like knocked it out of the ballpark with this, despite it not being a comic accurate portrayal. And I just absolutely adore this movie. It made me want to read the Hellblazer comics. And honestly, I'm still waiting for that sequel, man. Come on, Constantine 2. Let's do it. 16 to 20 years later, let's do it. You could still do it. Keanu Reeves does not age. I mean, look at this. Look at this god. Look at this king. Come on, man. Constantine 2 is like, it's a must. But anyway, with that being said, 9 out of 10. I highly recommend this film for the spooky season. If you want to have that dark tone in your films and throughout, if you want to have a fun time with a comic book movie and a horror movie, this is it for you. This isn't going to be the last comic book movie in the month of Halloween. So look forward to that. So thank you so much. That is it for today. If you made it to the end of the video, from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much. Like, share, subscribe. And you like my John Wick pop? I like my John Wick pop. You like my Keanu t-shirt? I like my Keanu t-shirt. So, anyway, again, like, share, subscribe. Thank you so much. Constantine, 2004. Check it out if you haven't. I don't think you would be disappointed. See you guys in the next one.